So Dallas Whiting out in front with the 25-year-old of Brian Livergood in the number 99. Gary Gustin and Carlton Christian starting in the second row. Tim Smith lets him go this time by. Dallas Whiting goes down low in corner number 2. Livergood falls into second across the backstretch with Carlton Christensen in the 29 falling into third. Gary Gustin in the number 17 falls into fifth spot. With Jeremy Meyerhofer trying to get around him on the high side, gets bumped a little high into the marbles, hasn't set up yet up high. Alan Wolf comes along and bumps him out of the way. The number 20 car, Mark Halverson out of Helena, in the middle of the pack with Alan Wolf trying to get around him. Dallas Whiting still out in front. Cal Rossner in the number 73 in the back of the pack trying to work his way up around the number 72 of Alan Wolf, and Jeremy Meyerhofer getting into a little touch and bang going across the backstretch. Number 6 of Dallas Whiting out in front. Brian Livergood in second spot along with Gary Gustin. Green and white halfway down, 4 more laps to go. Dallas Whiting still out in front, able to hold off the number 99, Brian Livergood out of Bozeman. Gary Gustin and Innes is going to try and make a run for it. Cal Rossner and Alan Wolf, both out of Wyoming, having a little trouble in the back of the pack. Jeremy Meyerhofer has faded him back to the last spot with Pat Kraus getting around him. He's going to try to work his way back up through the field on this still wet and muddy track. Dallas Whiting out of Dillon, Montana with Brian Livergood in second. Gary Gustin in the number 17 car bringing up third with Mark Halverson in the number 20. Alan Wolf in the 72 going to feel the pressure out of the 73. Cal Rossner with 1 lap to go. 7 of Pat Kraus gets around the 29. Carlton Christensen, Jeremy Meyerhofer still in the back of the pack in the number 32. Going to try and make a move across the backstretch. Brian Livergood needs to go low on the number 6 of Dallas Whiting. Is not going to do it. Dallas Whiting takes home the heat race number 1 win for Street Stocks. Brian Livergood in second. Jeremy Meyerhofer wasn't able to get around the 29 of Carlton Christensen. Congratulations to the number 6, Dallas Whiting out of Dillon. He's sponsored by Stearns Auto, Bud's Auto, and Sandy's Whistle Stop. Usually Brian Hilliard, that's not his paint scheme. He may have changed his paint midway through. Brian Hilliard usually drives the number 11. We'll see if this is a different car. In the back of the pack, the number 17 of Josh Gray out of Belgrade. White flag, green flag flies. Josh Gray having a little trouble off the get-go. Robbie Baxter out in front. Mark Mattis out of Butte drifts up high, leaves the door open for Petrov and the 16 of Bob Olson. The 13, Steve Clemens, hanging back, waiting for somebody to make a mistake. The 17X, Josh Gray out of Belgrade, still having a little bit of trouble going around corner number 4. Robbie Baxter in the number 27 out in front with the 16 of Bob Olson and the 45 of Jeff Petrov getting around. The number 14 of Mark Mattis out of Butte. Number 13, Steve Clemens out of Whitehall. Points leader right now, trying to get around Mattis. Low, high, and in between. Mattis able to hold him off so far. Steve Clemens, definitely a veteran, is going to try and get around him. Robbie Baxter still out in front with the 16 of Bob Olson, sliding up a little high, leaves the door open for Jeff Petrov. 13, Steve Clemens finds where it's at up on the high side. He's going to hang back just a little bit, let Petrov go by. Mark Mattis out of Butte, getting into the Steve Clemens car just a little bit. Both able to hold on into corner number 1. Mark Mattis getting into Jeff Petrov out of Innes. He's able to hang on as well. Leaves the door open for the 13 of Steve Clemens. He has a lot of ground to build up. Caution flag flies. Maybe a tire problem. Bob Olson and the number 16 having a little trouble going again. Looks like there's some debris on the backstretch. Rob's going to get that off for us. Parts of the car. So you have to complete a full lap to get your spot back from where the caution was. Caution was thrown before the front stretch. That way we go back to the original starting order from the lap before. So Robbie Baxter's out in front with the 16 of Bob Olson and the 45 of Jeff Petrov in third spot. Steve Clemens in the 13 was in fourth, but out of corner number 2, he's in second across the backstretch. He rockets up to the front. The number 11 car brings up fifth spot with Mark Manis out of Butte in sixth behind him. Robbie Baxter's going to have to hold off the advances of the 13, Steve Clemens out of Whitehall. Steve Clemens goes on the high side of Robbie Baxter. The 27's going to get him across the backstretch. Steve Clemens in the lead with just one lap to go. He's going to see the white flag this time by. Robbie Baxter's going to try and get his spot back. A good battle going on for fourth spot. Bob Olson in third with the number 45 Jim Petrov and the number 11 car in fifth. He's in fourth right now. Jeff Petrov's going to try and get that spot back with Mark Manis out of Butte bringing up sixth spot. Your winner, Steve Clemens out of Whitehall, the number 13, followed by Robbie Baxter. Bob Olson, the number 11 car. Number 14, looks like Jeff Petrov fell to the back of the number 45 car. Steve Clemens out of Whitehall, Montana, sponsored by Whitehall Body Shop. Congratulations on your heat race number 2 win. If anybody has mails from Alder, Tim Smith's going to give the green flag for Sean Koenig and DJ Amundsen. The 10X of Sharon Lee out of Great Falls in the middle of the pack with Dan Stieber, and the 66 of Ron Berry. Corey Rutherford in the middle of the pack as Sean Koenig goes up front. DJ Amundsen right on his bumper trying to get around him for first spot. Brannigan Bronnell in the number 15 gets around the 007 Race Smale. Bronnell is just a youngster out of Bozeman, Belgrade. Sean Koenig out to an early lead with 6 laps to go. DJ Amundsen feeling the pressure out of the 10X. Sharon Lee out of Great Falls. Dan Stieber sitting in fourth spot trying to move his way up. 66 Ron Berry goes up high, while this 18C of Corey Rutherford gives a nice smoke screen, goes into the infield. He knows that his car is acting up, may have lost the motor, and the number 18C of Corey Rutherford. 88 of Sean Koenig out in front, no caution flag flies, but we do have the green and white out. As the 10X falls back a little bit behind DJ Amundsen, Dan Stieber able to get around him. 13X of Lucky Kurt Popham out of Great Falls trying to get around Dan Stieber, and the 10X of Sharon Lee. 66 Ron Berry falls back to the middle of the pack with Brannigan Bronnell in the number 15 car. Sean Koenig in the number 88 out in front. Pretty comfortable lead, has about a quarter to a half lap lead on the rest of the pack. Kurt Popham at the number 13X having a little trouble getting around DJ Amundsen. He's going to try to go on the high side this time around. DJ drifts up high with a bad push. It may bring out the caution flag. No, DJ gets to the infield. Well, we're going to have a caution flag for debris on the track as Sean Koenig is out in front. 007 Race Mail having a little smoke coming out of his car of who should beware from the last lap since DJ Amundsen's bumper caused the caution. Looks like we're going to fly this time around. Green flag lets him go. Sean Koenig out in front still with the number 8 of DJ Amundsen missing his bumper, and Kurt Popham in the 13 drifting back. Dan Stieber able to get around him on the left side. The number 10 of Sherry Lee gets around Kurt Popham in the 13 as well. A little bit of smoke coming out of DJ Almondson's car, along with the 10X, driven by Sharon Lee out of Great Falls. Checkered flag this time by for Sean Koenig in the number 88 car. Number 8 DJ Almondson beats out the 1X of Dan Stever and the 10X of Sharon Lee out of Great Falls, bringing up 4th spot. Corey Rutherford may have lost just some antifreeze. Doesn't look like it appears to be oil. Sean Koenig in the number 88 car. He's out of Bozeman, sponsored by Treasure State Oil, Colbert Concar, and the 10X of Gene Limke, all the way from Immigrant, Montana, with the 77, the Wagon Master, Hank Adams out of Helena, bringing up the back of the row. So Gary Hill's out front with Bill Cooper. Green flag flies. Bruce Tossie and Doug Martin in the second row with Corey Strom and Lance Hogan in the third row. Gary Hill scoots out in front. Bruce Tossie's trying to get his nose into second with Bill Cooper holding him off, but not across the front stretch is Bruce Tossie rather. Bruce Tossie out of Three Forks slides into second just momentarily. Bill Cooper able to get the spot back but not hold on across the backstretch. Bill Cooper and Bruce Tossie battling it out for second spot. Doug Martin now going to challenge the number 10X of Gene Limke into the wall, able to hold on, while the Doug Martin 37 car is going to challenge the number 48 Bill Cooper out of Sweetgrass for third spot. Bruce Tossie working his way up to 6G. Gary Hill out of Great Falls. 44 Lance Hogan has his sights set on Doug Martin in the number 37. Corey Strom trying to low line in the one car, drifts up a little high. Doesn't look like he's going to leave enough room for the 77 of Hank Adams to get his nose in there. Lance Hogan getting into Doug Martin, trying to get around in the hard way. Doug Martin's going to let him by and save his car for the main event. Going to put a little slide moving on going across there. Corey Strom gets into Doug Martin across the backstretch. Looks like it's going to bring out the caution flag as Doug Martin may have a flat tire on his car. We'll check that out for it. That's a Ford. And also the Best Rate Towing Machine out here tonight. Gary Hill out in front with Bruce Tossie in the 2C. Bill Cooper in the 48 with Lance Hogan in the 44, bringing up fourth. Corey Strom battling it in the back of the pack with the number 77 of Hank Adams out of Helena. Flies this time by for the number 44 Lance Hogan, and the one of Corey Strom bringing up the back of the pack in sixth spot is the 77 of Hank Adams. Gary Hill has a pretty good lead across the backstretch. If he can hold on for 3 and 4, he's going to walk away with heat race number 1. He's able to do so. Good race for 3rd and 4. Bill Cooper edges out the number 44 of Lance Hogan. Bruce Tossie out of Three Forks ends up in second place. Gary Hill out of Black Eagle, Montana. High Signs, The Brick, Little Bar, and Little Chicago Club. Congratulations, Gary Hill in the 6G. Matt, Josh's brother in the 17 Super with Tony Stieber, Tom Pozar. The 27 of Alan Adams, 25 of Troy Hyde, and the 1M of Mike Moran out of Billings take green flag from Tim Smith. They can't pass till they get to the orange clone, and they're underway. Mark Riker, the number 5, jumps out in front with Ron Gathridge in the 18, falling back to second. Alan Adams in the 27, able to get around 34. Tony Stieber, Troy Hyde shoots the middle, threads the needle down the backstretch, able to get around 3 cars. Tom Pozar drifts to the back of the pack. Mike Moran trying to work his way around the 17 of Matt Gray. 25T of Troy Hyde's going to look to make a move on the 34. Tony Stieber out of Helena, Montana. He's going to have to hold on for one more lap as Tony Stieber comes across in 3rd, 4th place across the front stretch. Mark Riker, the number 5, comes across the back stretch with Alan Adams getting around the 18 of Gathridge. gets around Gatheridge in the number 18. Tony Stever unable to hold off Smith in corner number 4. Looks like the Matt Gray number 17 car, so that may change where our leaders are going to be with both Tony Stever and Troy Hyde. The 16T of Tom Pozar. JC Bill United, Gallatin International Speedway with Mark Riker, number 5, out in front. 27 and Alan Adams in second. Troy Hyde's going to try to get around the 34, Tony Stever. He's going to have to do it on the high side as one in, but Mike Moran comes in. Matt Gray rather, in the 17 has to check up. Tony Stever still holding off. Number 25T of Troy Hyde bobbles a little bit there, leaves the door open for 25T of Troy Hyde. He's going to work on the 18 of Ron Gatheridge out of West Yellowstone. Mark Riker doing a good job in that number 5 car out in front. Leaves a little bit of a gap, not enough for Alan Adams to get through. 18 Ron Gatheridge going to try and get in there as well. Troy Hyde trying to work his way up through the field. Tony Stever going to hold off Mike Moran as he goes down on the low side. Has a little bit of push in corner number 1, not able to get around the 34 of Stever. Josh Gray and Tom Pozar both in the back of the pack. White flag flies this time by. Troy Hyde bumping and grinding with the 18 of Gatheridge. Gatheridge has a flat tire on the left rear of that car. Tony Stever almost goes around. Everybody has to check up going across the backstretch. Mark Riker, Troy Hyde gets around Ron Gatheridge with a flat tire to Gatheridge. You can bet he's not going to be too happy with that. The 27 of Alan L.U. Adams out of Helena. RNA, Salzman Fleet and Street, ATC and Auto Concept sponsor that Helena driver. Out of Glasgow, Montana, the number 20 car will get who's driving that black machine. 99X Randy Larson and Kyle Schmidt in the 26K take the green flag this time by. 19 of Harold Woyth jump out in front with Rich Baxter in the 12X in second. Randy Larson goes on the low side of everybody, able to get around 2 guys there. Brock Nigley in the 1 tries the high side and has set up a little bit. He's going to give it a whirl. George McWilliams in the number 7, driven by Mike Miller on every other Friday night at the Speedway, is going to get into it with Brock Nigley just a little bit. Both are able to hold on. George McWilliams in the number 7 trying to get used to that power in the number 7 car. Harold Woyth out in front of the 19 with Randy Larson getting around Rich Baxter. Randy Larson driving the 99X and Rich Baxter in the 12X. He falls back to 3rd. Brock Nigley in the 1 drifts back up to 4th spot around George McWilliams and the 20 car. Kyle Schmidt in the 26K gets around the number 54 in the back of the pack. Still out in front with Randy Larson trying to hunt him down. I don't think there's enough laps left with 2 to go to catch him. Brock Nigley's trying to get around the 12X to Rich Baxter. George McWilliams in the number 7 fades to another spot behind the black number 20. Kyle Schmidt in the 26K trying to get around McWilliams in the number 7. White flag flies for the 19 of Harold Woyth. Randy Larson doesn't look like he's going to have enough to get around him. Brock Nigley's going to try the low side on Rich Baxter. He comes out in 3rd across the backstretch. Checkered flag flies for a Harold Woyth out of Great Falls. Randy Larson in the 99X. Brock Nigley in the 12X is Rich Baxter. He's going to take home 4th spot. George McWilliams did pretty well first time in that modified. He is going to take home about 6th spot. Congratulations to him. Congratulations, Harold Woyth out of Great Falls, Montana. mini nickel modified main event or heat race. He's sitting pretty high in the points, either second or third. Randy Larson out in front in the mini nickel modified points race. Right now, Scott Joyner and Austin Miller out in front with Jody Kropp and Paul Donnelly, Marty Hershey, and Tom Olson take the green flag. 3 wide going into corner number 1. Out of corner number 2, Paul Donnelly's going to come out in the lead, leaving Eldon Austin Miller to the back of the pack. Scott Joyner in second, drifts up high with a bad push. Number 97, Jody Kropp in second place with the 21 of Tom Olson. Marty Hershey slides his way up into fourth. Scott Joyner in the 18 fades back to the last spot, which is 6th, just behind Eldon Austin Miller in the number 14 car. Paul Donnelly and Jody Kropp have a good race going for 1 and 2 out in front. Marty Hershey trying to catch Tom Olson in that number blue 21 car. Jody Kropp going on the low side of Paul Donnelly, trying to get around it this time by. Paul Donnelly hammers down out of corner number 4. Still in the lead with halfway down, halfway to go. Jody Kropp out of Great Falls going to try him on the low side again in corner number 3. Has a little better line, going to try and leave Paul Donnelly out to dry. Marty Hershey has a little bobble, still trying to get around the 21 of Tom Olson. The number 14 of Eldon Austin Miller and the 18 of Joyner bringing up 5th and 6th in the back of the pack. Quite a bit of smoke coming out of the 21 of Tom Olson out of Bozeman. Jody Kropp able to get around Paul Donnelly in the number 12, but Paul Donnelly trying to get that spot back. Paul Donnelly goes on the low side, and they're neck and neck across the front stretch. We could have a photo finish this time by. Marty Hershey having a little trouble seeing with all the smoke coming out of the 21 of Tom Olson. Jody Kropp out in front with Paul Donnelly going down low. They're going to come across the front stretch. Let's see who takes it home. 97, Jody Kropp ends out in front with the 12 of Paul Donnelly. Marty Hershey wasn't able to get around the smoking 21 of Tom Olson. The 14 car driven by Eldon Austin Miller brings up 5th. On the back of the pack, Scott Turbo Joyner brings up 6th spot. Congratulations, Jody Kropp out of Great Falls, taking home heat race number 2 for mini nickel modifieds. With the number 35, Chip Rowe out of Big Timber, in the 88, Calvin Stump out of Billings. The number 4 car driven by Shane Spurlock out of Helena. In the 3rd row, the number 43, Doug Strong, also out of Billings. On the outside of him, racing Mason Hill in the number 2 car. The 72 of Phil Dietz is going to take green flag this time by Jerry Bray and Chip Rowe out in front. 17, Jerry Bray looks like he knows where the line is. Calvin Stump in the 88 rockets up to the front, but he's going to have off the number 43 of Doug Strong out of Billings. Racing Mason Hill fades to the back of the pack in his big sprint, but he's going to try and catch up to the number 4 of Shane Spurlock out of Helena. Chip Rowe started pole position. He fades back to the back of the pack with Jerry Bray out in front. And the 88 of Calvin Stump, the 72 driven by Phil Dietz, also out of Billings. The number 43 car, Doug Strong in 3rd. Jerry Bray comes around in 1st with the 88 of Calvin Stump and the 43 of Doug Strong. The number 72, Phil Dietz, and the 4, Shane Spurlock. Racing Mason Hill gets around the 35 of Chip Rowe. Little crash going on in the backstretch, corner number 2. The number 88 of Calvin Stump all over the track. Another car upside down on his lid. Pretty wicked flip for the number 88. We're going to have our safety crew get out there. It looks like he gave a thumbs up to Ross. He did not stop. Ross is going to check on him. We're going to have our ambulance crew get out here and make sure these guys are okay. The number 88 had several violent rolls and thrashing around in that. Looks like he already gave the thumbs up to our track official. We'll check to see if he is okay. Best Rate Towing out there already with Mach 5. Johnny on the spot. Thank you guys for being out there. We really appreciate it. Jason Stump in the number 88 is able to get out of his car without incidents, maybe a little sore, but he's up and walking around. We're going to get a number on the other car and find out who it is. Track officials flipping it over, no sign of problems out of that car. They're going to try and get him out. It looks like that might be the 43 of Doug Strong. I can't see his number, but that's the only car that's not accounted for. We're going to try and get Doug Strong unbuckled, make sure he's okay. Thanks to our safety recovery crew, Mach 5 Towing and Best Rate Towing out there, giving these guys a great big hand. We greatly appreciate it. In the number 72, the number 2 car driven by Mason Hill out of Billings, Montana in third, with Spurlock and Chip Rowe bringing up 5th spot. Green flag flies. Jerry Gray out in front. Spurlock tries to go on the high side of Mason Hill. He's going to try to get him a back stretch. Mason Hill rockets under the 72 of Phil Dietz, drifts up high. Phil Dietz able to get around him in the number 72. The number 4 car driven by Spurlock still in 4th spot as Jerry Gray in the number 17J out in front. Jerry Gray still out in front with 3 laps to go in the 17 car. The 72 of Phil Dietz along with the 2 of Mason Hill. The number 4 car Spurlock in 4th spot. Charles Chipro pulled off. He was running in 5th in the number 35. Jerry Gray out in front with Phil Dietz. A long way to go to catch him. Number 2 Mason Hill had him for about a quarter of a lap. White flag flies for Jerry Gray, and the 72 of Phil Dietz. The 2 of Mason Hill brings up 3rd with Shane Spurlock. Has a lot of ground to make up on him across the backstretch. Jerry Gray bringing home the gold in this heat race number 1 for the sprints. Mason Hill able to hold off the 4 of Spurlock. There's your winner, the 17J, Jerry Gray out of Billings. Congratulations. Second place goes to Phil Dietz, also out of Billings with the number 2, Racing Mason Hill out of Billings, and the number 4, Shane Spurlock out of Helena. For you as well as the 12, the 28, and the 3. Drivers did not fill out their information cards, so we don't know who they are. Have you gone to the website yet? Website is www.GallatinSpeedway.com, and it is hosted by Complete Technology Web Innovations. As we go green this time around, Hammer Hansen out in front with the number 6 of Steve Nelson. Hammer Hansen drifts up a little high, leaves the door open for the number 10. He's going to drift right up into the front. The number 6 of Steve Nelson able to hold him off, but he drifts up high, leaves the door open for the number 10. He scoots right into 1st place. Number 28 in 4th with the 12 in 5th. The number 3 car in the back of the pack brings up 6th spot. Number 6 car of Steve Nelson out in front. Hammer Hansen in 3rd, trying to get around him on the low side. He's going to drift up a little high, going into the backstretch. Now corner number 4. He's going to try to get Steve Nelson in number 6 again. Hammer Hansen trying to get him on the low side again. Number 6 able to hold it off. Number 10 out to front. He's out to a good, comfortable lead. this time by for the number 10. The number 6 car in second place, driven by Steve Nelson. Butch Hammer Hansen in the number 33 in third. 28 in the 12 in fourth and fifth, along with the number 3 bringing up 6th spot. Kemp's Auto Sales out of Helena, Montana. White flag flies for the number 10 car. Butch Hammer Hansen drifts up way high into the marble, shooting a big rooster tail. He loses 2 spot on that move. Number 6 of Steve Nelson out of Billings brings up second. Butch Hammer Hansen unable to hold on as he gets a little squirrely in corner number 2, drifts way up high. There's your winner in the number 10 car. Congratulations to him and his race team. I'd like to thank Johnny Carino's. Johnny Carino's, a fine Italian restaurant right here in Bozeman next to Costco and Target, brought up $20 for the rollover fund. Johnny Carino's, thank you very much. The B feature for Street Stocks underway with Alan Wolf in the 72 out in front, 14 Mark Manis out of Butte, the 73 of Cal Rossner in third with Brannigan in the 15 car, Brannigan Brunel, Embry in the 66 getting a little sideways, going into corner number 4. Alan Wolf out of Wyoming still out in front in the 72 with the number 14 driven by Mark Manis, feeling the pressure out of the 73, Cal Rossner out of Wyoming. 13, Kurt Popham out in 4th spot with Brannigan Brunel in 5th. The 7, Pat Krask bringing up 6th spot. Jeff Petroff trying to get around the 29 of Carlton Christensen on the backstretch, unable to do so. Carlton Christensen drifts up high. 32, Jeremy Meyerhopper comes around across corner number 4. Looks like he's going to hold on and not bring out the caution flag. Ray Smale and the number 66, Ron Embury, in the back of the pack. Jeremy Meyerhopper going to test his car, see if he wants to get back out in racing action. Has a flat tire on the left rear. He's not going to make it back out. Alan Wolf in the 72 out in front with Cal Rossner in the 73 on his tail. Both Wyoming drivers. Number 13, Kurt Popham trying to get around the 14. Mark Manis out of Butte. Number 7, Pat Krask comes around into Brannigan Brunel across the front stretch. Carlton Christensen has to check up. Looks like everybody's going to continue racing, not bringing out the caution flag. Brannigan Brunel getting into Pat Krask in corner number 4. Carlton Christensen checks up as Embury bumps number 45, Jeff Petroff, out of the way. Going across the backstrap, Ray Smale in the back of the pack with Alan Wolf still leading Cal Rossner in the number 73. In 3rd spot, Kurt Popham, and 14, Mark Manis out of Butte with the 7 car, Pat Krask in 5th. Brannigan Brunel in the 15th, bringing up 6th spot. Ron Embury's trying to make a move on the number 45 of Jeff Petroff out of Ennis, Montana. He drifts up a little high and leaves the door open. 72 of Alan Wolf out of Wyoming, holding off the 73 of Cal Rossner halfway down. 4 laps to go this time by. Wheel comes off the number 007, a Ray Smale in corner number 2, going to bring out the caution flag, have the drivers check up. The 007, a Ray Smale in corner number 2, Mach 5 towing. Johnny on the spot. He's going to be out there to help him along. Looks like he has a missing and a flat tire. We have some information on who won heat race number 2. That's Shane Lebeck out of Rapid City, South Dakota. That car is sponsored by Ostermiller's out of Billings. Congratulations. Alan Wolf out in front with Cal Rossner in the 73. Kurt Popham, Mark Manis out of Butte, Pete Krask taking the green flag this time by. Kurt Popham trying to go on the low side of the 73 of Cal Rossner. Cal Rossner trying to go on the high side of Alan Wolf. Alan Wolf's going to stick it down low. If they're going to go around, they're going to have to go around on the high side. Little bumping going on in the back of the pack with the 29 of Carlton Christensen and the 66 of Ron and Barry. Both drivers able to come back out of it. Number 72, Alan Wolf out of Wyoming, still out in front. He comes to us out of Cody. The number 73, Cal Rossner, is out of Powell. 13, Kurt Popham, still in third spot, feeling no pressure out of fourth place. Pat Pete Krask out of Bozeman, Belgrade. Mark Manis out of Butte. In fifth spot, 66, Ron and Mary pulls into the infield on the backstretch. He's going to try to get back out, causing no problems for the leaders. Lap traffic now. We'll see if everybody else can get around him. A little bit of quick push in corner number 2, 3. He has a flat tire. That would cause a bad push in corner number 3. Number 72, Alan Wolf out in front with the 73. 29, Carlton Christensen having a little problem in corner number 4. Alan Wolf coming across to take the checkered flag. Cal Rossner in second with a 13. In the third spot, little bump going across the front stretch with the 14, Mark Manis and Pat Krask out of Butte. Pat Krask out of Bozeman, Mark Manis out of Butte, rather. 72, driven by Alan Wolf out of Cody, Wyoming. Wonder Racing Graphics and Collision Auto Body. Congratulations on your B feature win from the Superstock. Ron Gathridge out in front with Gary Hill. Lance Hogan in the 44 with Bill Cooper in the 48. The number 5 of Mark Riker out of Billings with 25T, Troy Hyde. The 2C, Bruce Tossi with Alan Adams on the outside of him. Corey Strom and the number 34 of Tony Stever bringing up the 5th row. 77, Hank Adams with the 1M of Mike Moran. Doug Martin, Tom Hosar and Matt Gray in the 17 take the green flag from Tim Smith. Gary Hill out in front with the 18 of Gathridge. 48, Bill Cooper tries to go on the high side. Troy Hyde is going to have to follow the leader with Alan Adams. Doug Martin in the 37 is going to get on the bumper of Hank Adams. 3 wide across the front stretch. Tossi, Riker, and Cooper out of Sweetgrass going into corner number 2. Troy Hyde having a little bumper car going on in corner number 2. Alan Adams checks up, no damage done. Doug Martin rockets up to the front past the 27 of Alan Adams. 4 wide across the front stretch going into corner number 1. Good racing going on so far. Gary Hill out in front with Ron Gathridge. Bill Cooper and Bruce Tossi. Number 5, Mark Riker spins around. Is the number 1 of Corey Strom. Troy Hyde gets involved in that with Doug Martin and Alan Adams. All leaders at the Speedway. Hopefully they can get going again. That's going to be tough news for Alan Adams, Doug Martin, and the number 25 T of Troy Hyde. Doug Martin and Troy Hyde both pull out of it. They're going to check their cars to see if they are okay. Along with Corey Strom in the 1M, getting a little sideways in corner number 3, causing all the commotion. We're going to see green flag fly this time by for Gary Hill and Gathridge. Doug Martin in the 37 gets around the 27 of Alan Adams. Going to work on Troy Hyde in the 25T as they go into corner number 3. Doug Martin gets a little sideways, comes out into the infield. He's going to hammer down into corner number 4 across the front stretch. No flag flies for that one. Gary Hill still out in front with Bruce Tossi moving into second past the 18 of Gathridge. Troy Hyde working his way around Mark Riker in the number 5. Bill Cooper is in 4th spot, drifts up a little high. He's going to leave an open door. Let's see if Troy Hyde can capitalize on that. Doug Martin, a little bobble in corner number 4, drifts back to about 10th spot. Mike Moran pulls off across the backstretch. Gary Hill out in front. Troy Hyde gets around Gathridge for 2nd spot. Bruce Tossi trying to get that open door as well into 3rd. He's able to hold off the advances of Bruce Tossi, but not for long. Doug Martin having trouble trouble after that accident, fading to the back of the pack. Ron Gathridge leaves the door open for Tossi. He's going to try to get back in there in the 18. The number 5 car of Mark Riker out of Billings gives up a spot to the 18 of Gathridge out of West Yellowstone. Bruce Tossi letting him know he's there. He's going to come around and cause an accident in corner number 4. Ron Gathridge able to continue to go. No caution flag flies on that one. As the leaders are in corner number 4, and the last car's in corner number 1. Troy Hyde trying to get around the 6G of Gary Hill out of Great Falls, Black Eagle. Bruce Tossi in the 2 seat, comfortable 3rd spot over the number 5 car, Mike Riker. Ron Gathridge with the trouble in corner number 4 has drifted back. Bruce Tossi in 3rd behind Troy Hyde. Mark Riker in 5 with number 44, Lance Hogan. Alan Adams in the 27 having a little trouble with Hogan, and Bill Cooper in the 48 is down to 77. Hank Adams, the wagon master out of Helena, has a comfortable grip in the middle of the pack. Leaders are starting to walk away with it with 8 laps to go. This time by Gary Hill still out in front, keeping cool, calm, and collected as Troy Hyde's trying to get around him. High, low, and in between. Troy Hyde hanging out in 2nd spot, waiting for Gary Hill to make a mistake. Gary Hill's won at the Speedway before, so Troy Hyde may have to make a move in order to get around the 6G of Gary Hill. Bruce Tossi leading his own race for 3rd around the number 5, Mark Riker. The number 17, Matt Gray, gets the purple and orange lap flag. Move over, the leaders are coming. Smoke out of the 18 of Gathridge. Oil all over the track, and a freeze too. Gathridge's going to bring out the caution flag as he comes across the front stretch. Doesn't look like he's going to keep up a race speed. Gary Hill has a little problem in corner number 4. Troy Hyde goes around him. He's in the lead. Gathridge putting around the top side of the track. May not bring out the caution flag if he can make it into the pits. Gary Hill fades back to 2nd spot. The 17 is lap traffic. Bruce Tossi in the 2C trying to work on the bumper of 6G Gary Hill. Troy Hyde out in front, coming up on lap traffic, and Tony Stever and Tom Bozar in the 16T. 3 laps to go is going to be 2 this time by for Troy Hyde. Gary Hill gets around the 17 lap traffic. Bruce Tossi able to hold off Mark Riker in the number 5. Troy Hyde almost has a half a lap lead on the number 6G car of Gary Hill out of number 44. Lance Hogan comes around, going to bring out a caution flag. Strom has to check up hard. Caution flag flies. This is going to bunch the field back up. The number 44 of Lance Hogan comes around. He's going to get charged with a caution on that one. Remember, 2 cautions, and you hit the pits. Troy Hyde out in front. This is going to bunch the field back up with a bunch of bruised cars from bumping and banging going on for 20 laps. Troy Hyde out in front, ready to take the green flag with Gary Hill, Bruce Tossi, Mark Riker, Alan Adams in the number 27. Going to try to make his way up front. Bruce Tossi and Mark Riker bumping bumpers. Alan Adams is going to try to find an open door somewhere in between. We're going green, white, checker. Here's the white. Alan Adams is going to try to get around him on the high side. Troy Hyde out in front with Gary Hill, Bruce Tossi. Mark Riker in the 27 of Alan Adams. Bill Cooper in the 48 gets around Alan Adams on the low side. Troy Hyde out in front all by himself. Takes home the money. Gary Hill, Bruce Tossi, Mark Riker comes across the finish line. Bill Cooper looks like he edged out. Alan Adams in the 27. Corey Strom got his nose back in there. Troy Hyde, congratulations to the 25T, Natural Exposures, Wrestler Chevrolet, and the Panda Sinclair. Congratulations, Troy Hyde. We're going to give away this 1995 Dale Earnhardt Brickyard Chevrolet t-shirt. It's a size XX. So if you wear a XX, the first person up to me gets the shirt. If you wear a XX, come up to me and you get this Dale Earnhardt shirt. That's Doug Strong out of Billings bringing up the back of the pack. A lot of good looking cars there. These guys are going to go fast. This is going to be so fast. 25 laps for this feature. Out front is Liebig and the 17 of Bray. 72 of Dietz on the outside him, the 6 of Nelson. Taking green flag this time by Liebig and Bray out in front. Coming around the corner on the first lap is the 10 car, Shane Liebig. Liebig out of Rapid City, South Dakota takes the lead going into the backstretch. The 17J of Jerry Bray out of Billings in second. The 72 of Phil Dietz comes in third with the 28 car. The 33 car driven by Hammer Hansen out of Billings with Mason Hill on his tail. The 12 of Austin Miller in that big sprint car trying to get around Hill. Number 4, Shane Spurlock drifts up a little high. He's going to leave the door open for the 43. Unable to capitalize on it is Doug Strong. Liebig out of Rapid City, South Dakota out in front with Bray. Dietz, the 28, and Hammer Hansen in the 33. Josh Ostermiller gets around the 2 car of Mason Hill out of Billings. The number 6 car gets around the 43 of Doug Strong. That's Steve Nelson, also out of Billings. Number 33, number 33, Hammer Hansen got a checkup. Number 6 on the front stretch goes up and over. Looks like the number 33, Butch Hammer Hansen, lost the tire. The number 6 of Steve Nelson had to check up, got sideways, and came up and over. Going to bring out the red flag. We're going to check on everybody, make sure they're okay. It looks like Hammer Hansen already got his steering wheel out. He crawls out of his car. Big round of applause for Butch Hammer Hansen out of Billings. We're going to make sure the number 6 of Steve Nelson is okay in front of the flag stand. We're going to get word as soon as we can on him. Looks like Steve Nelson in the number 6 crawls out okay. Had a pretty good wreck there, Steve. Hope you're feeling okay. Walk around a little bit, talk to our medical personnel. Make sure you check out okay. We don't want you to have any injuries. Pretty information on him. Bob Shiplet, longtime racer, sprint car driver, in 4th place in the number 28. The number 2 car in 5th spot is Racing Mason Hill. The number 4 is Shane Spurlock, and the 43 car is driven by Phil Dietz. Doug Strong. Doug Strong in the number 43 car, rather. Phil Dietz drives the number 72. Comes around number 17, Jerry Bray gets into a little tangle across number 4. Jerry Bray gets a little sideways. Doesn't look like there's too much damage involved in that wreck, but it's going to bring out the caution flag. Jerry Bray in that number 17 got a little sideways. Looks like Mason Hill in the Remax car and Shane Spurlock's in the number 4 involved in that incident. Looks like we have another guy coming out. That's the 17, Jerry Bray. He's the one who got a little sideways. Tim Smith is going to throw the green flag this time by. And Mason Hill stalls on the backstretch, so we may not even get a full lap. That's going to bring out the caution flag because Mason Hill wasn't able to continue going. So that's going to give the Jerry Bray, the number 35 is Chip Rowe out of Big Timber with the 12, Josh Ostermiller. The number 4, Shane Spurlock. Racing Mason Hill in the back of the pack with the 17J of Jerry Bray. Green flag flies. Hopefully the sprinters can keep it green for the last 16 laps of this main event. Going into corner number 1, it looks good. Let's see how they come out of corner number 4. Good, clean racing going on there. Mason Hill having a little trouble in the back of the pack. He may have some steering problems after that little collision he was in with Bray and Spurlock. The 10 car of Shane Liebig out in front. The 72 of Phil Dietz, followed by Bob Shiplet in the 28. The number 43 driven by Doug Strong out of Billings. The number 12 car, Austin Miller, gets around the Chip Rowe car out of Big Timber, number 35 on the low side, as well as the 17J of Jerry Bray. Get around Doug Strong as well. Both Austin Miller and Bray moving up through the pack. Mason Hill may have his problems worked out as he gets around Chip Rowe in the number 35, working on the number 4 car of Shane Spurlock out of Helena. Out in front is Liebig. Liebig out to a nice, big, comfortable lead. Number 72, Phil Dietz, holding on to second with no pressure out of Shiplet in the 28. There's going to be a good race for fourth as the 17 of Jerry Bray losing ground now to the 12 of Josh Ostemiller. Ostemiller able to pull away. Looked like they were going to battle it out. 4 of Spurlock towards the back of the pack, holding up the 43 rather of Strong. The number 2, Mason Hill, able to get around number 43 of Strong, trying to go on the low side of the number 4 of Spurlock. Out in front, the number 10 car is going to come around on lap traffic. The number 10 going into corner number 3, now 4, coming up on lap traffic, and Chip Rowe and 43, Doug Strong. 7 laps to go for our leader, Liebig, out of South Dakota. 72, Phil Dietz and Bob Shiplet in third. 12 of Austin Miller in a comfortable fourth. Jerry Bray as well has no competition in 5th spot. The field's starting to get spread out as we get down to 6 laps to go with Liebig out in front out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Made a long trip to take home the money. Let's see if he can walk away with it. Making his way through lap traffic with Chip Rowe and the 43 of Doug Strong out of Billings. The 72 of Dietz is in the second spot. Bob Shiplet is in third. Josh Ostemiller going to challenge him now as he's in the number 12 car, sitting in 4th spot, making up ground on the 28 of Bob Shiplet. 4 laps to go, 3 this time by for your leader. Going into corner number 1, Shane Liebig out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Second place belongs to the number 72 of Phil Dietz. Liebig able to get around Mason Hill. White flag flies this time by for Liebig out in front. Dietz in second. The number 43 car is lap traffic as well. 12 of Ostemiller was able to get around the number 28 of Shiplet. Your winner, the number 10 car, Shane Liebig, Rapid City, South Dakota. Congratulations. Second place goes to Phil Dietz. Third goes to Josh Ostemiller. He got around the 28 of Bob Shiplet. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to your winner, Shane Liebig out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Congratulations, Shane. Good race for the sprint cars. Lots of action, lots of passing. Our McDonald's Junior Fan Club is not going to be able to stay for the entire show, so we're going to draw for another one. Kids, I hope you still have your tickets. We're going to draw for another McDonald's Junior Fan Club. 680-868. 680-868 for a new McDonald's Junior Fan Club. One of our members is going to have to go home early. So we have 860-868 for the number 19, Harold Woyth out of Great Falls with the 99X, Randy Larson. 12X, Rich Baxter on the outside of him is the 49 of Marty Hershey out of East Helena, Montana. The number 20 car, Mystery Driver in the black and yellow with the number 14 on the outside of him, driven by Eldon Ostemiller out of Billings. The number 18, Scott Turbo Joyner with the number 7. The number 7 car is George McWilliams tonight with the 26K. Kyle Schmidt and Tom Huber bringing up the back of the pack. Green flag flies for Paul Donnelly and Rock Digley. Jody Kropp out in front, going into corner number 1. Everybody comes through clean. Randy Larson right in the middle, trying to work his way up front. In that number 99X, Marty Hershey goes on the high side. Looks like it hasn't going to hold up there for him. He may have to move down. Austin Miller in the 14 in the middle of the pack. Tom Olson in the 21 gets a little squirrely, able to hold on. Paul Donnelly in the 12 going into corner number 3. Out in front with 3 wide racing across the front stretch. Harold Woyth, Rock Digley, and Jody Kropp in the 97. Spread it out a little bit. Jody Kropp goes up high, leaves the door open for Rock Digley. Jody Kropp has enough motor to toll away. Randy Larson falls into 3rd spot behind Harold Woyth in the 19 car. Going across the front stretch, Paul Donnelly still out in front. Rock Digley is faded to 4th, 5th spot now as Jody Kropp gets by him on the backstretch. Paul Donnelly in the number 12 out in front with 16 laps to go. 19 Harold Woyth. Randy Larson drifts up high, may leave the door open for the 97 of Jody Kropp out of Great Falls. Rock Digley and Marty Hershey battling it out for 5th spot. In the middle of the pack, we have the number 12X, Rich Baxter, the 7, George McWilliams, the 26K, Kyle Schmidt. The number 20 car moving up past Rock Digley is Jeff Dietz out of Laurel, Montana. Jeff Dietz driving the black and yellow car, checking in tonight. He's in about 7th spot now. He's trying to move up past Rich Baxter and Marty Hershey. Tom Olson comes around in corner number 2. Going to bring out the caution flag for our leaders, Paul Donnelly, Harold Woyth. They're going to have to go up high. Randy Larson, Jody Kropp able to make it around. Yellow flag flies. Marty Hershey and Rich Baxter able to check up. The number 20 car driven by Jeff Dietz. Jeff comes to us out of Laurel, Montana. Montana. George McWilliams in the number 7, first time in that car, hanging in there pretty well in about 10th spot. Green flag flies for the 12 of Paul Donnelly coming through corner 1 and 2. Looks like it's clean. Randy Larson drifts up high, may leave an open door for Jody Kropp and Marty Hershey in 4th and 5th. And he does. Jody Kropp is able to get by him. Let's see if Marty Hershey's going to hang him out to dry. Randy Larson standing in the middle of the track. Jody Kropp able to get around him. Still good racing as we go with the yellow flag. As Scott Joyner comes around in corner number 4. Tom Olson goes to the infield, has to check up. We don't know when the caution was thrown, so Randy Larson may get his spot back. Also Rich Baxter with Kyle Schmidt out of Molt. Phil Dietz in the number 20 car. The number 4 is Tom Huber. 1, Rock Digley. 7 is driven by George McWilliams tonight. The 14, Eldon Ostermiller. Bringing up the back of the pack is the 18 of Scott Joyner. Green flag flies for Harold Woyth. Paul Donnelly, Jody Kropp, Randy Larson all out in front. Marty Hershey going into corner number 2, 3 now, trying to get around Randy Larson. Phil Dietz getting into Kyle Schmidt just a little bit, both able to hold on. Tom Huber trying to get around Phil Dietz on the bottom side. Rock Digley's going to hang his nose in there and get around him as well. Scott Joyner a little squirrely on the backstretch, keeps in the back of the pack. Harold Woyth trying to walk away with it. We'll see if Paul Donnelly is going to let that happen. Jody Kropp slides into 2nd place with Randy Larson in 3rd. Jody Kropp in 2nd, trying to hold off Randy Larson. Marty Hershey trying to get around Paul Donnelly in the number 12 car. 12X of Rich Baxter trying to hold off 26K. Kyle Schmidt. Randy Larson's going to fade back with Marty Hershey and 12 of Paul Donnelly going around him. Marty Hershey gets around Randy Larson and Paul Donnelly for 3rd spot. Your East Helena driver trying to work on the number 97 of Jody Kropp. Harold Woyth out in front with 8 times to go. This time by. Randy Larson having a little trouble with Paul Donnelly as he goes back down on the low side. Tom Huber gets around both Rock Digley and the 19 of Harold Woyth out in front. 12X of Rich Baxter trying to hold off Kyle Schmidt. Out in front, Harold Woyth coming across the stripe. Number 49, Marty Hershey rocketing up front, able to get around Jody Kropp and the number 97 and the number 12 of Paul Donnelly. Marty Hershey now challenging the number 97 of Jody Kropp for second spot again as Jody Kropp gets around him. Harold Woyth out in front working on lap traffic with 4 to go this time by. Lap traffic is Scott Joyner. He drifts up high and lets it by. Marty Hershey's going to try and get his spot back from the 97 of Jody Kropp. Paul Donnelly's waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Randy Larson just hanging back, waiting for it all to happen. Number 49, Marty Hershey pulls up alongside the 97 of Jody Kropp, pulls out in second place across the stripe. Paul Donnelly going to try to get his nose in there and push out the 97 of Jody Kropp for third spot. Marty Hershey can hang on for second spot. It's going to be his best finish for modifieds in 2002. Randy Larson having trouble back in fifth, sixth spot now with Marty Hershey in second, Harold Woyth out in front. Caution flag flies. It looks like the one of Rock Digley came around. We still have one more McDonald's Junior Fan Club, 680-868 rather. 680-868. Green flag racing this time by. Harold Woyth out in front with Marty Hershey out of East Helena, Montana. Paul Donnelly out of Great Falls along with Jody Kropp trying to go on the inside. Randy Larson, a name at this track not to be messed with. He's going to try to work his way up the front with 1 lap to go. Marty Hershey hanging on to second as they come across the stripe. He's going to try to get around Harold Woyth on the low side. Let's see if he can hold on. Paul Donnelly in second, Jody Kropp in third. 99X Randy Larson challenging Paul Donnelly, Jody Kropp rather, in the 99. Marty Hershey spins out and loses second place going into the corner. Marty Hershey in corner number 4 gets it sideways, sitting in second place, doesn't walk away with the second place finish. Tough break for Marty Hershey. Harold Woyth, your winner. Coming up in second was Paul Donnelly. Looks like the Randy Larson 99X got around the Jody Kropp 97 car. Congratulations. Coming up next, the 16 cars leading in the street stock division. That's Bob Olson, 8 of DJ Robinson out of Belgrade. The number 6 car, that's Dallas Whiting out of Dillon. The 99, Brian Livergood, they brought up a nice donation for our rollover fund tonight. Thank you, guys. The 17, that's Gary Gustin out of Innis. On the outside of him, it looks like the number 27 of Robbie Baxter. The 20 of Mark Halverson, 1X Dan Stieber coming around the stripe. DJ Amundsen out in front with Bob Olson. Dallas Whiting having to check up a little bit to avoid the squirrely Bob Olson. 99 Brian Livergood in 4th spot, trying to go for 3rd across the front stretch. Going across the back stretch, DJ Amundsen. Bob Olson gets a little sideways, has to check up with the 99 of Brian Livergood. No caution flag flies on that one. We're still green and racing. 4 wide across the corner. Brian Livergood gets into the corner, leaves a piece of bumper on the Speedway. We're going to have a guy go clear that out. We're going to stay green and racing as DJ Amundsen comes across corner number 3 in the lead. DJ Amundsen out in front with Dallas Whiting and the 17, Gary Gustin. Sean Koenig in the 88, Bob Olson, the number 11 car. 10X is driven by Sharon Lee out of Great Falls. 72 of Alan Wolf trying to get through the pack around Sharon Lee. Steve Clemens goes on the low side of Dan Stieber in the 1, pushes up the 16 of Bob Olson and Rob Robbie Baxter. In the back of the pack, there's a good fight going on between Jeff Petroff, Brannigan Brownell, and the 20 car of Halverson out of Helena, Montana. Coming across the front stretch is DJ Holmes and Dallas Whiting, Gary Gustin and Sean Koenig. 73 and Cal Rossner is trying to work his way up through the field. Steve Clemens goes on the low side of Alan Wolf across the backstretch. Looks like he's going to move up one position there. The 11 car is still in fourth spot as DJ Elmanson has a little smoke coming out of his number 8 Wrangler racing machine. The number 6 Dallas Whiting out of Dillon, Montana, holding his own in second spot. Sean Koenig gets into it with Gary Gustin in number 17. Gustin gets a little squirrely, able to hold on as the 13 of Steve Clement making a charge up to the front. There's a spin out corner number 2. Bob Olson goes sideways, running in Brownell. Gets into him along with Jeff Petroff. Have to check up. Let's see if everybody will hold up. And it looks like everybody is slowing down without incident. After getting into a tire at number 3 and 15, that's Brannigan Brownell out of Bozeman. Jeff Petroff out of Ennis in the 45, and our spinner Luke DeLue in the 16. That's Bob Olson. He's just a young driver out of Belgrade, Montana. Here we go, racing again with DJ Amundsen out in front. Dallas Whiting challenging him for the lead with Sean Koenig and Gary Gustin. The 11 looks like it's going to go around. Steve Clemens going to get involved with that just a little bit. Hopefully he's able to continue to go as the 11 car comes around. Looks like it was just a little bump and bump. We should be able to continue to go. Steve Clemens, track points leader, able to get his car going again. Your spot back, he was just involved in the incident, so we'll see what the officials decide on that. He is going to stay at the back of the pack, and we're green and racing. DJ Amundsen out in front with Dallas Whiting and Sean Koenig. Gary Gustin trying to hold his own with both the Wyoming boys. DJ Amundsen goes around, gets into the number 6. Everybody going every direction. The 13 of Steve Clemens, they must have forgot a couple of lug nuts. His car is now tire-free. That's a tough break for Steve Clemens. You need all the lug nuts when you get out there. He missing a few. Tough. You can see the black in corners 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Looks like it's drying out, causing a little bit of problem for the drivers. That's where you're going to see these spin outs and these bumps. Here we go underway with Dallas Whiting out in front. 72, Alan Wolf out of Wyoming, along with the 73 of Cal Rossner. Both out of Wyoming. They may try to tag team the Dallas Whiting number 6 and get around him. Playing a little cat and mouse in the front of the pack. Dan Stever in the 1X brings up 4th spot with Robbie Baxter trying to go up high on the high side of the pack Craftsmobile. He's able to get around it for 4th, 5th spot. Dan Stever is going to have to hold on, or Robbie Baxter is going to get around him for 4th. DJ Amundsen working on the number 11 car in the 45 with Jeff Petroff in the back of the pack. Brian Livergood making his way back up to the middle of the pack after an incident early on with the tire in corner number 3. Dallas Whiting still out in front trying to hang on to the lead as we're going to go 6 more times, this time by. Alan Wolf trying to get around him. Cal Rossner goes on the high side. Dan Stever, Robbie Baxter, and Pat Krask giving a good run for 4th spot. Dan Stever in the middle, Pat Krask and Robbie Baxter on each side of him, getting a little bumping going on. Caution flag flies for a tire on the track right there in corner number 4. Tire on the track. We're going to bring out the caution flag. Going to have Ross get out there in the 4-wheeler and get it back on the track. Carlton Christensen, 15, Brannigan Brownell, 45, Jeff Petroff, youngster out of Ennis, DJ Amundsen in the back of the pack with Bob Olson, the number 11 and 99 of Brian Livergood. Green flag flies for Dallas Whiting. Cal Rossner looks like they'll try the high side again. Let's see if he can get it to pay off. Maybe a little tacky up there, but it's a long way to go when these guys are running the bottom line. Dan Stever trying to work his nose in there. He may get him in 1 and 2. We'll see if he can get it to pay off. Alan Wolf all over the bumper of the 6 of Dallas Whiting out of Dillon. Robbie Baxter trying in the middle of the track, seeing if he can find some good dirt to get around Dan Stever of the 1X. A little bit of bumping going on between Mark Halverson and Mark Manis out of Butte. Both able to keep it on the Speedway. Pat Krass going to go on the low side of the 1X of Dan Stever. He's able to get around him in corner number 3. Hook and bumpers, see if they can continue to go around. Pat Krass is going to come around. Let's see if he can continue on. He's not going to bring out a caution flag because he continues on racing the Speedway. Still green flag racing with 2 laps this time by. Cal Rossner is getting the high side to work as he goes into corner number 2. He's going to try and drift down low and cut off Dallas Whiting, who spins out with Cal Rossner. If he can get going again, he's not going to bring out a caution flag. 360 and we're still racing. Dan Stever gets around him in the 1X, going to bring out the white flag this time by. Cal Rossner out in front with Alan Wolf in the number 72. 27 is Robbie Baxter in 3rd. 1X of Dan Stever. We're still green and racing. DJ Opposite gets around Bob Olson in the 16. Coming around corner number 4, we have the checkered flag this time by Cal Rossner out of Powell, Wyoming, popping his fist for a win at Gallatin International Speedway. The 72 car of Alan Wolf in 2nd, along with the 27 Robbie Baxter. Cars all over the place in 3 and 4 trying to fight for the finish. Here comes Cal Rossner, your winner. DJ Amundsen trying to get across the front stretch and take the checkered flag. Alan Wolf and Cal Rossner taking 1 and 2. Cal Rossner taking the win. Alan Wolf finishing in 2nd. Cal Rossner out of Powell, Wyoming. Engineered Race Engines, Engineered Air Company, Victory Race Engines, and sponsored by Rimrock Tire. Congratulations, Cal Rossner, Powell, Wyoming. Good bit of driving on the 6 of Dallas Whiting out of Dillon. Did a 360 in corner number 2, able to keep on going. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Remember, we still have the trophy presentation, and we can go down in the pits after that's all over. To get up there, we're going to start here with Troy Hyde in the Superstocks. We're going to wait for our sprint car to come out here. Troy Hyde having a good run at the Speedway. Been pretty dominant here so far. What's your key to success?
Oh, again, tonight it was just looked pretty crazy up front for a little bit, so I backed off, and the high side wasn't there, so I got a little frustrated for a second, but I thought, I'm only slipped back to 9th here, and we're only 3 laps down, so just relax and get across to the bottom. And I knew once we got to the bottom it was going to work, and then once I got down to the bottom, I just knew I just had to hang on and stay down there.
Definitely a veteran driver. Let's thank your sponsors and family that make this work.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Natural Exposures, Clyde Park Tavern, Scooters Repair, Mike's Off-Road, Natural Exposures, Tony Kemp, Light Iron Sheet Metal, and Panda Sinclair.
Panda Sinclair and Bozeman right there on Bridger Drive on the way to the ski hill. Good store. All right, Troy Hyde, tonight's Superstock main event winner. Congratulations. Let's get our little McDonald's Junior Fan Club in here to trade trophies. Congratulations to our McDonald's Junior Fan Club winner. Go ahead and turn around here. Rich and Sheila Goodlow of McDonald's Bozeman, Butte, Bozeman, Belgrade, and West Yellowstone, sponsoring the McDonald's Junior Fan Club. Congratulations, Troy Hyde, tonight's Superstock main event winner. Let's head on down to the street stocks. Congratulations, buddy. Nice trophy. We're going to talk to a guy who's no stranger to the winner's circle. Had a little tough time getting here this year, but able to make it in the run. Let's go ahead and get our McDonald's Junior Fan Club in here first. And I know when you want to grab onto that trophy, come on in here, young lady. And you're going to get your trophy. That's a good-looking trophy sponsored by McDonald's. And Cal's got a hat for you. Congratulations, McDonald's Junior Fan Club. Nice-looking trophy for Cal, all the way from Powell, Wyoming, making the long trip up here. Had a tough race a few times out, but able to bring it home tonight.
Yeah, it's coming back slow but sure. It's been a slow start this year, but we're trying to run her hard and get back up into points. I got to thank Victory Engines, Engineered Air, Randall Custom Homes, my major sponsor, Wonder Racing, and my pit crew. I couldn't do this without them. And you folks up there, that's why we're here. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cal Rossner, out of Powell, Wyoming. I got a dead battery. Well, maybe not. A weak battery. So we're going to try and hang on. Cal Rossner, out of Powell, Wyoming, congratulations on your win. Coming up next, we have another McDonald's Junior Fan Club winner here. I should carry an extra battery with me. Can you guys hear me kind of somewhat? I'm breaking in and out a little bit. Yeah, just agree. It doesn't matter. All right, come on in here, young lady. That's a wonderful trophy you have for Harold. Go ahead and exchange trophies. McDonald's Junior Fan Club. That is a good-looking trophy. Go ahead and turn around here. Our camera lady walked off. That's okay. Tough run. Did you know Marty Hershey was back there challenging you for first place?
I didn't.
Didn't really know he was back there. Kind of hard. Don't have mirrors, obviously. When you go into a corner, can you sometimes see if another driver's right on your tail?
Oh, not normally. I can't.
So unless they're right at your door, you don't know they're there. So you just run as hard as you can and hope for the checker.
I was just sticking to the bottom.
Well, that was where it's at, right?
Well, if you got off the bottom, you were in trouble.
Well, congratulations. It worked out for you tonight. Harold Woyth out of Great Falls, Montana, Mini Nickel Modified winner. Congratulations. And now we move on to the big dogs. We got the sprint cars. This is Shane Liebig out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Is that how you pronounce your name, Shane? All right. Congratulations on an excellent race tonight. We have our young man in here. Come on in here, buddy. And that is a good-looking trophy you got there. Shane did an excellent job tonight. Boy, with all these wrecks that we had out here tonight, were you a little concerned with staying out of trouble?
Oh, sometimes. And lap traffic can be kind of hairy, but I knew if I just played it smart, I'd probably win.
All right, let's give a thank to your sponsors and the Gallatin International Speedway for having us out tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Harvey Austin Miller Construction. Him and his wife Claudia own my car, and Sam's Chassis. Thank you.
All right, congratulations. The main event winner for the sprints, Shane Liebig out of Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm going to head on down to the pits, look at these cars, and I'm heading over to JR's Lounge and watch these races. Some of this action is going to be over there with the sprints. Remember, you can always get a race video from Fred Ma, Racing Videos. He takes all of the videos. This one would be a perfect race to buy with all of the action we had tonight. Thanks for coming out. Everybody drive safe and have a good night. We'll see you out here next week.